Hello future self. Today is the 5th of July and it's been about a month since I made one of these videos, of course, and I feel like I say this every time, but some things have happened since the last time. Number one, I've learned to talk again, so hopefully you shall be able to understand what I'm saying without the need for subtitles. Number two, I've encountered a new distraction, a new woman in the red dress, as Alex Hormozi would put it, which is a term that I will define and explain a little bit more later. And I've also made a little bit of money, which is cool. So, last time I had almost finished off the biggest project that I've ever done, which was a project for about 100,000 krona, which is about, I don't know, $9,000 or something. And there's going to be a repeating, monthly recurring income of about $100 per month, which is way too little for that, but he's my mate, so yeah. I'd rather invest goodwill into more business in the future than milk more money now, if that makes sense. So that's happened, that's been sold. The invoice has been sent and will get paid within a week. So I'm definitely screenshotting that notification because I've never seen anything like that before in my entire life. Second thing is that I am realizing that I have no stable deal flow coming in for new coding jobs. So my dad's business can funnel me a little bit of work now and then, which he has been doing, which has been absolutely brilliant. But they're quite low paying because he's making a margin on the service, which fair enough, of course. He's giving me work that I wouldn't have normally. But I'd like to get my own clients. Number two, on top of that, is if I could dream even further and think about what I'd like to do even more than that, it would be to work more proactively and have my own SaaS software, which I then sell on. Because then I'm creating an asset which is worth something, which cash flows per month, compared to solving a solution once for a customer and then getting a bit per month afterwards. I mean, that model is good, but it'd be much better to have something which I build and then kind of like license out to multiple people. So, yeah. Back to the number one distraction, which I am not sure how, but I haven't mentioned before. So officially, I have actually been a business owner for about 2 years now-ish. As soon as I turned 18, I went to the business office of Sweden, whatever you call that, and registered a company with my best friend. Now, we had a brilliant idea to start a food truck. So that summer, we scraped together a bunch of money, took a bit of a loan from my dad, which then paid him back on interest, and we bought a food truck secondhand by these random hairy, like, Indian men up in Stockholm somewhere. That's a story for another day. The Arboga story, that's a good story. Now, then that summer, we were comparing ourselves to our friends who had normal jobs at like normal food shops, and they were like stacking shelves and getting paid per hour, whereas we were going to the like the supplier. We were making our own hours. We were selling. Shit, one sec. I've just broken my fake plant. Oh, I don't know how long that's been going on. One sec. All right, plant's fine. So we were going to the supplier and we were booking our own like catering jobs. We were going down to the beach and we were selling to our own customers, and it felt amazing. It felt like a much better model to make money from than traditional employment. Because I've been interested in this space for quite a while, so I feel like I knew that. Now, we made back all of the money which we needed to pay off the food truck, and a little bit more, and we survived like being 17, 18-year-olds throughout summer, which was pretty cool. Then last same summer came along and we were like, let's level it up, let's go again, let's increase it. So when we finished school, we went all in on the food truck, and we had catering jobs, and we had a bunch of standing down at the beach and selling burgers to as much people as possible. But the weather was a bit shit last summer. We ended up netting revenue about 186,000 kroner throughout the summer, which ends up being about $16,000, I think. But that's between two of us. That's revenue, not profit. We had about 50% margins. And Swedish taxes, it wasn't brilliant. It wasn't great. I mean, it was money and it was better than a job, but it wasn't like a business. We were more self-employed than what we were actual business owners. So after that, that's when I learned how to code. It's July now, which means that about 2 months ago, my best friend started calling me saying, isn't it time that we start looking for catering jobs? Isn't it time that we go to the supplier to see what prices they have this season? Isn't it time that we start planning what days we're going to stand and sell burgers? What days are we going to go and make money? And I was like, oh, shit, I've just created a business which makes more money, which has a lot more leverage on my time, has a much better model, and I enjoy more because I don't have to stand in a sweaty and oily food truck at 35 degrees heat. But I was in need of money, and he's my best friend, and we hadn't formally decided not to do it. So the last month, I've been in an oily, hot 35 degree food truck for a lot of the time instead of coding. That's a problem for multiple reasons. Number one, it's slightly tragic. I mean, it's a bit not great, like, working environment. And number two, it's losing momentum from the software business, which is the main problem. Now, it's going to end up being all right, I think, but it's definitely teaching me a valuable skill when it comes to prioritizing things. Like, for example, that's a business, yes, and it makes money, yes. So I'm doing productive things that are making money, but it's not the highest return on investment that I could do. And the worst part is right now, it's making more money than what the software business is making because I have an inconsistent deal flow. So it's like, do I do the thing which makes the most amount of money right now? Or do I try to distance myself from that, make a lot less money, and potentially risk hurting my friend, my best mate, to be able to spend my time doing something which isn't making as much money? I know that the proper answer is exactly what I'm going to do, which is I'm going to work in the food truck, leveraging employees, slightly, my little sister being the employee, and try to stay on top and kind of hybrid both businesses until the end of the season for about another month and a half, 2 months, and then sell the food truck and sell the business and get the fuck out, which is great. So yeah, I've been very distracted. I've been making money, to be fair, with the food truck business. I'll make sure to make a video on it so you guys can see. But I haven't been as consistent with the coding as I should be, which is a bit of a shame, even though I'm making money from it. But, you know, it is what it is. Right, physique check. So, I've been to the gym today, and I've trained back. Right, here's the front, here's the side, here's the back, back tensed, front tensed. I don't remember the poses. That's alright. Cool, that should be enough. So, money-wise, money update. Apparently my dad watches these, so if you're seeing this, Dad, hi. The plan is for me to make a bit of a buffer so that I can move to Thailand. Reason for that is, number one, Swedish taxes are slowly shafting me further and further. They're absolutely horrendous. If you live anywhere but like California or Sweden or this area, please Google it, because you'll be equally as shocked as I am. Number 2 is I need some kind of difficulty. I need some kind of rite of passage. I'm 20 years old and I'm sat right now in my mom's basement with a bedroom there and an office here. That's not good. My entire life I've always valued myself as an independent person and always thought that I would be really fast to move out. And I was really keen to, and I did all of last summer. And then, partially thanks to me being a little whipped when it comes to my previous girlfriend, not that much. She enjoyed being here more, and so I moved back in. There were other benefits, like the Wi-Fi's faster and the rent was cheaper. But in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have done that. So I'm moving back out in about a week. As you can see, this is all I've packed. So yeah. Money-wise, I have 10,000 krona set away in my new personal savings account, which I started about 2 months ago. I'm going to get the invoice for 100,000 krona paid in about a week. I'm going to pay off all of my VAT that I've got accrued with that, and then also take out, I don't know if I can take out a dividend because I'm a sole trader, so I'll have to look into that. If not, I'll have to find some creative way of taking money out of the business tax efficiently and putting it into my personal bank account. And I want to put away about 40 to 50,000 krona of that money into my personal bank account. At that point, I will be about halfway to my 100,000 krona goal of saving before I can move to Thailand. I have a few more things on the checklist, which are, I need to get a British passport, and that's been approved, and they're sending it now. I need to get papers from my dentist for my braces so that they can take it over. And I need a visa plan, I need a banking plan, and yeah, there's some more videos I need to make I'm now seeing. So when I get my new phone in about 2 weeks, I will create a flurry of videos explaining what the food truck is and how it's been, how it's made money, how we've done it, how it's worked, what my offshore business plan is right now, speaking as someone who's never done it before, with no experience and is probably talking pretty much out of his arse, and also what the moving to Thailand plan is. So yeah, money update is the buffer to move to Thailand, the 100,000 krona which is needed is now at 10,000 krona. So yeah, pretty good. I feel like I've forgotten some segment of my normal recaps because I've been blabbing on too long, but no, I think we're good. I shall see you when I create the flurry of videos, and I hope that you, my future self, are having a brilliant day in some sunny Mediterranean paradise, or in a skyscraper in Dubai, or sat on a boat with 24 hot women surrounding you. Be a pretty good life. All right, goodbye, future self.